So guys, today we're going from this to this. So I know it's been a while since my last video. I've been pretty busy working, racing, and riding at track days. There's not much to be done for the bike, except I had a small start accident and the rear frame was bent. Of course you can straighten it up, but I decided to go for an aftermarket rear frame from Motoholders. So today we're going to change this frame to an aftermarket frame, rear frame. And the benefits of having an aftermarket rear frame is slightly lighter and easier to bend back if you have an accident. So start by removing all the fairings depending on your bike. And then there are some attachments here where the frame is attached to this tray where it holds your battery and your ABS. So you should remove all the screws. Usually they're attached here. I have the Alpha Racing brackets for the rear seats, so it's easier to remove them. There's a spool here, so make sure that the tray is loose and not sitting anywhere. And then on the other side you will have to remove the exhaust slip-on, how you have attached it. Since I am racing in Sweden, I need a big slip-on to manage the sound limits here, which is 95 decibel, which is almost impossible with this bike, but I think I managed it. So I had to build an own bracket to get the exhaust hanging slightly in the middle of this 600 millimeters tall, long slip-on. So next I will remove the bracket here, so the subframe is detached from the exhaust. So every attachment to the frame is loose now. What you need is a TX50, and you'll have to unscrew 2 screws on this side and 2 screws on the other side. Hopefully that will leave the frame loose so you can slide it off. So let's do that and get back to you. So all 4 screws are done. They're removed on both sides. And then after that, it's just a question of wiggling gently out the frame. And the whole rear frame is out. And this is what the bike looks like without the rear frame. So I will get the new frame and install it. These are slick rests that are embedded in the frame, so you'll find these everywhere on your bike, and they hurt when they hit you. So I'll unpack the new frame and start the installation of the new frame. So here's a side by side. We have the original frame there and the Motoholders, and as you can see they're an exact copy. And what you're missing here is passenger foot pegs, which you have on the original, but you have an attachment point for the exhaust. You have the attachment point for your rear brake reservoir. Otherwise they are more or less identical. So this was somewhere around 360 euros. And the original frame is, I'm guessing, a whole lot more expensive. Weight wise, there's not a big difference. Maybe slightly lighter, but not a big weight save here if you're after that. Let me show you guys how it looks on the top, which is exactly the same. So you have the same points that are riveted everywhere around the frame. So if you want to save your original rear frame, you can remove it, install one of these if you don't want to damage it. So let's go ahead and install the new frame. So from here you basically reverse everything you did. Just slide it in the frame, make sure they're aligned, and then use your original bolts, or if you want to buy titanium bolts which are lighter, and attach them with TX50. So let's do that. So you should never ever force any screw in. So you start by turning them by hand, and if they are not going in easy, you can just wiggle the frame a little bit, so you can screw them in by hand slightly before you start using the wrench. So they're loosely in on all four sides, so you can align the frame, and then you will tighten this, and I'll check if I can find any torques on how many Newton meters you need to use, and I'll get back to you. So guys, according to Alpha Racing, their homepage, you need to tighten these with 40 Newton meters, and I suggest you use the correct torque for this. So 40 Newton meters is what I'm going to tighten these with. So guys, everything's attached again, and I lied to you guys. There is one rivet missing, and that's the one that I really need, which is in here. And I have the distances that goes with this for the rear seats. Let's see if I can show you what they look like. Sorry for that. These guys need to go in there so I can get the rear seat raised a little bit. So unfortunately I need to drill in this and insert my own rivets. Otherwise the frame will work, I think, will work with your OEM fairings or race fairings if you have. So a little bit disappointed because Motoholders decided to save some money on missing out on these two rivets. So that's aftermarket subframe for you guys. Don't hesitate to comment if you have any questions, and please do subscribe and like, because that's how it makes me to make some more videos, and hopefully maybe I can keep on going. Take care, ride safe.